Welcome to this brand new explainer. If you're feeling a bit of app fatigue from just grinding through the usual earning platforms, literally wearing your thumbs out on the exact same recycled lists for pennies on Swagbucks, Ibotta, or Mistplay, then you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're taking a really structured look at what's actually new and gaining real traction right now. Based on a super comprehensive breakdown by Panstag, we're going to explore the top 3 money-making apps trending specifically in 2026.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the 2026 app landscape, then dive right into Snacksy, Big Cash, and CashKick before bringing it all together with the earnings stack strategy, and finally, the verdict.
Section 1. The 2026 app landscape.
While established names like Free Cash and Swagbucks are still perfectly valid, Snacksy, Big Cash, and CashKick are the platforms carving out real, verified traction for users this year. Looking at the lay of the land here, they cater to very different needs. Snacksy targets milestone gamers, but note that incredibly steep minimum cash out of $35. Big Cash, well, that one's built for fast cash outs at just a $1 minimum. And CashKick is for users who want straight cash at a $10 threshold. Now, before we go any further, just a quick reality check. None of these will replace a full-time income. No way. But the payout speeds and the types of tasks you'll actually enjoy doing, those vary meaningfully among them.
Section 2. Snacksy and their milestone gaming rewards. Built by Eniba and launched in early 2024, Snacksy has quietly surged past 2 million downloads by laser-targeting mobile gamers. The core loop is pretty strict. You complete daily missions to redeem your coins for PayPal or gift cards. But, and this is absolutely crucial, pay close attention to the #1 rule for getting credited. You literally must open featured games exclusively from the Snacksy home screen. Bypassing this and opening a game from your phone's regular app drawer, that's the single most common mistake that kills user tracking for beginners.
And that brings us to the real number worth knowing, 35,000. That is the massive pile of coins required just to unlock the reward shop. It's a meaningfully higher initial hurdle than most competitors, translating to a steep $35 minimum threshold. However, track data shows that typical first payouts average about $27.70, and they arrive within 6.5 days. So that's solid proof that the system does indeed pay once you hit that major milestone.
Now, what's really interesting about this is we see some real friction in the user reviews. Snacksy sits at a pretty low 2.1 out of 5 on Trustpilot, but, that's from a tiny sample of about 15 reviews. Over on the Google Play Store, it holds a much stronger 4.3 out of 5 from tens of thousands of ratings. As the source advises, you really have to weigh both numbers together rather than just cherry-picking the one that supports your assumptions. Another point of friction to note is the game selection. Despite claims of over 120 games in rotation, you'll typically only see about 4 to 8 active offers at any given time.
Section 3. Big Cash and fast first payouts.
Big Cash isn't exactly a new kid on the block. It's actually a super reliable veteran platform that's been processing payouts since 2015, successfully paying out over $20 million to date. And their standout feature? That incredibly low threshold, exactly $1. When you hit that single dollar minimum, you can immediately trigger a withdrawal via PayPal, Venmo, or crypto. And those funds typically land in your account in anywhere from 10 minutes to just 2 hours. In the Get Paid To category, that lack of friction is huge.
Big Cash also offers a massive perk for anyone who brings in friends or, say, has an online audience, a 20% lifetime referral commission. What makes this genuinely special is that it applies universally across all activity types your referral does on the platform, not just specific little tasks. So for bloggers or active sharers, that structure compounds meaningfully over time.
But we've got to look at an honest limitation found across independent reviews. Larger cash-out attempts often encounter tracking failures. You should really treat Big Cash as reliable for quick, small cash-outs. The pattern is super clear here. Do not hoard your balance and try to withdraw a massive sum all at once, or you might encounter slower, much less responsive support. Just withdraw those small amounts frequently to keep things smooth.
Section 4. CashKick and real dollars earned.
And this brilliantly illustrates why CashKick is incredibly popular right now. They boast over 3.5 million users and stellar 4.5 and 4.6 out of 5 ratings across all major app stores. It's really easy to see why. You know how traditional apps force you to do that confusing point conversion math, like earn 250 coins to get $1? CashKick's main differentiator is beautifully straightforward: real dollars earned. If you complete an offer for $5, your balance goes up by exactly $5, going towards your $10 minimum cash out. No math, just straight cash.
However, we absolutely have to look at the friction points objectively. CashKick's biggest user frustration involves high-value game offers and larger rewards, which come with a pretty long 14 to 31-day pending period before funds actually clear. Additionally, the Better Business Bureau has logged 162 complaints over the last 3 years, with 77 of them just in the last 12 months. The recurring theme here? Account suspensions occurring specifically near cash-out time when tracking requirements weren't fully met. It's a critical, cautionary detail to keep in mind for sure if you're going for their highest value offers.
Section 5. The Earning Stack Strategy.
This brings us right to the climax of our toolkit. We've looked at how these apps function individually, but you might be wondering, should you use all 3 of them at once? Is it actually safe to run multiple get-paid-to platforms simultaneously? Well, the answer is a resounding yes. There are 0 conflicts or penalties for doing so. In fact, relying on just one single app is exactly what beginners do. The veterans, they stack them.
So here is the exact stacking method laid out for you. Step 1. Start with Big Cash. Because of that $1 minimum, it gives you the fastest possible first payout to literally prove to yourself that the system actually works. Step 2. Use Snazzy specifically for your daily mobile gaming grind, monetizing the gaming time you're probably already spending anyway. And Step 3. Pick CashKick and use it strictly when its high-value survey and offer inventory has something genuinely worth your time. The trick is to assign a specific, complementary role to each app.
So the crucial point is understanding what this looks like at the end of the month. If you utilize this stacking strategy with consistent, moderate use, realistic combined earnings lands somewhere in the $150 to $400 range. That is meaningfully more than any single app alone will ever pay you. But again, let's keep it real, it remains firmly supplemental income. It's a fantastic side hustle, but definitely not a replacement for a day job.
Section 6. The Final Verdict.
Ultimately, none of these platforms reinvent the wheel. They operate on the exact same business model as established sites like FreeCash, but their real value is how they fill the specific gaps left behind by older platforms. Big Cash gives you those near-instant, low-friction payouts. CashKick provides straightforward, real-dollar earning without the confusing point math, and Snaxy offers a dedicated avenue for gamers to monetize their playtime. Basically, they solve the specific friction points of the previous generation.
Which leaves us with one final question for you to consider. Which gap in your earning toolkit will you fill first today? Are you going to go for the fast cash, the real dollars, or the gaming rewards? Take this stacking strategy and apply it to your own routine. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I can't wait to see how you optimize your digital toolkit.